US President Donald Trump says he expects Elon Musk to uncover hundreds of billions in fraud and waste at the Pentagon. Trump told Fox News that Musk will soon audit military spending as part of a broader push to shrink the federal workforce. The Pentagon's budget nears $1 trillion, and Trump claims major savings can be found. Musk leads the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. His role has sparked controversy, with critics accusing him of conflicts of interest. But Trump insists Musk is acting in the country's best interest. The Defense Secretary says he welcomes the scrutiny, stressing that military spending needs more transparency. Trump also hinted at checking the Department of Education next. In the same interview, Trump expressed frustration with Mexico and Canada over drug trafficking and border security. He also revived his idea of turning Canada into the 51st US state, an idea strongly opposed by Canadians. Joining us to discuss this story, we have Ross Feingold, who is a political risk analyst joining us from Taiwan. Ross, thank you very much again for joining us. I'd like to look first at the comments that Trump has made over fraud and billions of dollars worth of fraud. Is this something that is fact, or is this another statement from Trump which might not be backed up by exact figures?
I think we should be prepared for this being fact. A lot of waste and overcharging in the defense budget is something that people have talked about for many, many years. The overpaying for things like spare parts for different types of equipment, unneeded civilian personnel. So I'm not disputing the number of uniform personnel, but the number of civilian personnel is also very large, and frankly, it could be a few people too many. So if Musk is able to uncover this kind of fraud or waste at the Department of Defense, I think the American people would actually be very appreciative of it.
Yes, and Ross, sticking with you, of course, Trump has continued in his backing of Elon Musk after he has faced criticism over shutting down of departments, shutting down of US aid. From your perspective, what do you think the current consensus in America is over Elon Musk and his influence over the government?
The important thing actually is President Trump's rating, and from statistics released in recent hours or recent days, he's more popular now at this point in his new term than he was 8 years ago in 2017 in his first term after a few weeks. So I think the public is actually appreciative of some of the efforts that Musk on behalf of President Trump is making to shrink the size of federal government. You know, ultimately, as we say in America, elections have consequences. And one of the consequences of this election is that President Trump is going to try and follow through on some of his election campaign promises to shrink the size of the federal government. Generally, when politicians fulfill their campaign promises, I think the voters are appreciative. And again, elections have consequences, and President Trump is simply doing what he said he would be doing.
Also joining us to discuss this topic, we are joined by Raja Muneeb, who is a foreign affairs expert. Raja, thank you also for your time today. I want to look now at the savings that have already been made and the impact that they could have. Trump says that around $1 billion of savings have been found, but it has come at the cost of people losing their jobs, potentially people being asked to resign. So is the impact directly because of those job closures, or is this a sort of wider work from Elon Musk that we're seeing? While we get the line fixed with Raja, I'll pose that question to you, Ross, seeing as you are here. Again, $1 billion or so saved already, but at the cost of jobs. Do you think that that's a direct correlation, or is there something behind the scenes potentially that Musk has found?
It's probably a combination of both, but $1 billion might not sound like a lot of money given the overall size of the American federal budget. It's frankly not a lot of money. However, you got to start somewhere. And Trump is following through on his campaign promises in this regard to shrink the size of the federal government. And he's tasked Elon Musk with doing this, and Elon Musk is finding savings in different government agencies. Part of that does include that there's too many people, and some people probably have to leave. And if they're offered a voluntary termination package, then they should take that.
I believe we are now joined by Raja Munib. Raja, thank you for joining us. I want to look at the sort of efficiency of the Department of Government Efficiency without intending to make a joke there. It seems that Elon Musk is doing what he said he would do, what Trump has said that he would do. Do you think that this role is one that was useful? And do you think Elon Musk is doing a good job in that role?
Well, I think definitely anybody who has made bold promises and, fought an election, making promises in their campaigns and, backing it up and following it through, I think that instills a lot of confidence in the people who have voted for him. So saying that till now, what we have seen with Elon Musk and his DOGE is that he has been consistently deliver wherever he has been tasked to deliver. So I think it's a new start for President Donald Trump, and he is looking to weed out all the inefficiency, or he's basically going after what we have seen in US, which in USAID also we saw the discrepancies in funds when it came to American taxpayers' dollars. So I think he's taking America first. He's taking Americans first, and he's bringing that kind of accountability back to the American people by saying where their money is being used and how it was being used before. So I think it should be a welcome step as far as the Americans are concerned and the American public at large is concerned.
Raja, staying with you, I do want to bring up the talk that there has been around a potential conflict of interest. We know that Elon Musk, of course, is the richest man in the world, owner of large companies within America, and access now to data and information that could potentially aid him. Do you think there is a risk of a conflict of interest? And do you think that's something that we'll have to wait to see as it plays out over his tenure in this role at DOGE?
Look, the opposition in US is going to call it a conflict of interest. But what is to be seen is that, Musk has been backing Donald Trump from before Trump became the, president, when he was campaigning. And Trump has made it very clear that, Musk is somebody who we would like to, take services from and, use his expertise to get Americans better. But look, conflict of interest, yes, there could be a conflict of interest. But as of now, I think it is more of a political tool than actually Trump trying, Elon Musk trying to gain something personally for him or for, let's say, SpaceX or Tesla, for his own benefits rather than looking at the larger US picture. So I think these are more politically motivated comments which are being made against Musk as of now, rather than the actual conflict of interest, which, is not seemingly there on the ground right now.